Hello, and welcome to the Hey Coworker podcast. I am RJ. This is
Shantae. Sorry, Roxanne.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
AKA Big Rox,
The biggest.
not the little one.
Yeah.
I am Marcel, RJ, the friendly neighborhood Dom. Welcome to the Hey Coworker podcast, the not safe for work podcast with your favorite not safe for work coworkers. Thank you for being here again with us. Another again. Hopefully y'all have had a great week. Hopefully we are a welcomed additive to your week. If you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, go ahead and like the podcast. If not, if you're watching us on YouTube or one of those other platforms, go ahead and leave a review, subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. It does great things for us. And now let's get to the show. How have you been, friend?
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
My stomach.
Oh, no, I did not.
Oh.
So you haven't eaten?
I ate earlier.
When did you eat?
1.
What did you eat?
Ooh, I had a fat ass plate. It was some smothered turkey necks, rice and gravy, macaroni and cheese, and
You lying?
No. And yams. I ate it. We went yesterday. That's what I had left. I brought it with me to lunch today. And it was good.
You said you ate at 1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well.
What?
I don't need this from you. I get this enough at home. I don't need this from you. Y'all in cahoots? Y'all in cahoots? Y'all conspiring against me?
No, not at all. Nobody plotting on you.
This feel like a setup.
You good, friend?
Yeah, all right. I'm very suspicious. I feel like y'all are in cahoots.
She has no need to be. You have no need to be suspicious.
That's
friend.
exactly what a criminal would say. Yeah. All right.
I'm just.
Now I'm gonna let it go.
All right.
But I got
cool. Yo, you now you watching?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Anywho, I've been great. You know what has been incredibly hard for me?
What?
Work. It's been a pain getting up and going to work every day. I said, once I started making money on social media, I'm not going to say the number on the pod because I feel like that's rude, but I had a milestone that I wanted to hit of how much money I wanted to make this month. I have already made that much money this month. And the month's not even over yet. So, and I could be making more. I could have made a lot more, but both of the really popular videos that I did for the TikTok shop, they both sold out. Every time they put something up, I see my videos. And I really do think that TikTok is really trying to push the TikTok shop because I notice, like, whether people are buying or not, I'm not looking at the sales. When the items are not in stock, TikTok does not push the video. But as soon as the item goes back in stock, I start seeing more likes and comments on the videos because TikTok's pushing it again because the items are in stock.
Oh, wow.
So every time, like I did a video for some perfume, every time she puts it up, every time she restocks, they sell it out immediately.
The other thing that it's doing is it's also driving people back to your platform because new people are now getting this ad and wondering who you are. Mm-hmm. And so it's driving them. So the algorithm is really, really interesting. And there was a conversation that people were having about influencers and whether or not they should be doing the TikTok shop, specifically because if you're a smaller, what it's doing is it's cutting out brands having to go to specific influencers and give them a big bag. Anybody can do it. And what they're hoping is you make whatever it's right. Commission based. So you get whatever you get. Mm-hmm. And if your thing just so happens to go viral, you can get a bag.
Right. I feel like the TikTok shop is great for content. Like if you are someone who is concerned about content, trying to get your followers up, get your views up, I feel like TikTok shop is a great way to do that. as an influencer, especially as someone who does not like affiliate marketing. I want my check up front. I don't want to get paid.
That's my concern.
That it makes it much harder for that, because why would I give you any money up front when anybody can just get up here and make a video?
And that's the concern that I have. I was like,
but whether you do it or not, that is what it is. So I said, I'm just gonna join up, because whether I do it or not, it doesn't. The game is already the game.
The game is already the game, and then I have the mindset of, well, if something is specifically for me, there are still companies that will specifically reach out to you for the thing that is specifically for you. So, I go back and forth on it.
But it's hurting, and I got spoiled, because the very first video that I did for the TikTok shop, they were paying me 50%, which the game was $25, so $12.50 per box sold, which is very high. Because
Extremely.
when you look on the TikTok shop,
it's not that.
$3, 22 cents per item sold. Excuse me. So, but now it's like, it's hard. And a lot of these wig companies, a lot of the same wig companies that were reaching out to me via email are now sending me invites on the TikTok shop. But the thing is, when you're reaching out to me on email, you already didn't want to pay no money for real anyway, but at least you're trying to give me a bag up front. Now you want me to take $3 for every wig sold? I will not. No, thank you. No, thank you. Especially because you haven't done the TikTok shop yet. But like, if you request a free sample, or somebody sends you a free sample through the TikTok shop, then once it's delivered, TikTok gives you like 7 days to post a video. Or and they start sending you emails. Hey, you got to get the video done with this amount of time, or you're less likely to get free samples going forward. It's like, well, damn, I got my kids this week. I wasn't trying to make no content. But I mean, it's giving me a bag. It's giving me a bag.
Okay, we're gonna talk. Yeah, that's a let's talk off camera.
Yes.
Cause I'm at the point where just an extra something a month would be great. And
yeah, we gotta talk off camera, because it's a few things. I get a couple of checks from TikTok.
Okay, yeah. So I did do what, funnily enough, friend. I think for the foreseeable future, a lot of the questions I'm gonna be asking are gonna be work related.
Okay.
Because people have had like things to sound off and say about
people don't be liking their jobs,
bruh,
or the people they work with. Which
now the question that I've already got planned to ask, and I'm going to tell you right now, is the next question is going to be, what thing did your dumbass coworker say? What question did they ask in a meeting that made it unnecessarily longer? I want to hear the responses, because I know people are going to have like great ones.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Cause why are you making this meeting longer?
Yeah, this meeting already could have been an email.
Thank you. Send them an email after and be like, yo, could you explain to me the thing? Or go talk to them specifically, because we all didn't need to know that information.
Yeah.
But the question this week was, what did they say in that mandatory meeting that let you know this whole meeting could have been an email?
Oh, I thought that was going somewhere else, and I immediately had it. I thought you was finna say that let you know this was not the company for you. Because as soon as you start talking about we're a family, yeah, I'm out. I'm a head out.
Hey, yo, I'm going to write that down, because that's definitely going to be a question. Because when did you know that this was not the company for you?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That was gold. Absolute gold.
By the time this comes out, I may be a married woman if Teyana Taylor accepts my proposal. I'm just trying to fill the air, so I don't have to edit this part out.
I thought you was talking about vet, and I looked, bro. My eyes got so.
I'm just trying to fill the air so that I do not have to edit this part out while you type. But I've sent out a proposal to Teyana Taylor, and if she accepts, then I was finna say I would be willing to just uproot my life and go to where she is, but I feel like she don't want me to be a deadbeat.
I feel like that too.
Yeah, I feel like she wouldn't want me if I didn't take care of my kids. So
that's real.
Yeah, very admirable of her, I guess. But I would leave them niggas. Like I'd be like, go stay with your daddy. You know what? Your boys, you need your father.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I will gladly pay child support. One thing I would gladly pay child support. What you signing them up for? How much it costs?
Yeah, I've heard that that's a thing that like there have been men that are like, yo, I'm going for full custody.
It's not a battle. This is not a custody battle. This is a custody giveaway.
And then they get full custody and they realize how hard that shit is. And they be like, nah, bro, I'll pay this child support.
Yeah. No, you can no, this is not a custody battle. It's a custody giveaway. You can take them. Not finna fight you on it. Take them. Raise your kids. They need their daddy. They need a father figure. It's only so much I can do. I cannot teach them how to be a man. They are 2 and 4. Yeah, you got to step in and you got to show them the way. You got to start ingraining them. You got to teach them young. It's only so much that I can do. So I send the money every month, every 2 weeks, however you want it. I'll send it. What you signing them up for? Baseball, basketball. I'll pay for it. Raise your kids. I'm finna go become Mrs. Taylor. Finna go start a whole new life.
And help take care of her kids.
But see, I could bring my kids around because our kids really like the same age. Like both of her kids are like only a couple of months older than mine. So our kids about the same age. Y'all can come out here for the weekend.
What's crazy is if your husband then like ended up with like this racially ambiguous light-skinned woman who like takes care of all his problems, and now you're in a Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah. Yep.
And you were the evil dark-skinned one, and then he gets rescued.
Yeah, I love that for him. I ain't got no problem being evil or dark skin. Those are two things that I can.
Hey, that's a Tyler Perry thing. That's not a me thing.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem being either one of them things. Give me a bad wig and.
Speaking of Tyler Perry, I don't dislike him as much as everybody else does.
I just don't find him funny.
There was at one point I did find him funny.
Yeah, there are certain characters, like House of Pain. The later, not that first season was atrocious. It was terrible. The acting was so bad. But then later on, it became. But Mr. Brown is simply unfunny to me. Everything that like he does is not funny to me. Medea, hit or miss.
It's just some of it is just over the top. I enjoyed when I was younger the plays.
Yeah, everybody loved the plays.
I've never watched the TV shows.
But Tyler Perry can be very just like why. I mean, I know it's a movie, so there has to be like a issue, a problem to overcome. But like, damn, it's so much struggle of.
Yeah.
And it's always
which
a man.
was the thing that he got. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm good on it. Actually, I like Daddy's Little Girls. I do like that movie with Idris Elba, but that's because that's one of the very few movies where the man is the protagonist, where the man is the good guy and not.
And he was dark skinned.
And Idris Elba. So that's
a really good American accent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could never told me that.
Stringer
Bell was British. So
same thing with the dude that's in All American.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard him talk for real, I was like, "Oh, you not even like hood English? Like you're like." Because I know a hood English accent when I hear one. I'm like, "Oh, that's you from Ends." Like,
yeah. I never know. I can't tell just by looking at none of them. It's not until like I didn't know John Boyega. I didn't know initially.
Okay.
Franklin Saint.
Something about, and I think it's a me thing because like I grew up in England and so like Black English looks different to me than American.
He looked like a Black English.
Who?
Damus.
All American?
No. Snowfall.
Oh. Him?
Because he's British.
No, but he looks like almost like Caribbean.
Oh, it's possible.
Because you know, like there's so I feel like black folk can recognize black folk from different places. Like I can spot like when you're Nigerian, especially because they just loud and proud about it. I can spot Nigerians.
You can spot through their actions in the way that they talk.
Yes.
Okay.
Like the mannerisms and like sometimes the ways that they talk and like the tone of voice and like all of that stuff. Like you get a sense of like where these people are from. Like I spot that, but they're really, really good actors. Mm-hmm. And so like in character, the only thing that gave away old boy from All American during the first season was he ain't have a very good edge up. But I think that's more of a failing of the onset. Right. Like people
I stopped watching All American because I just got tired.
Bro,
of them
he
monologues.
was Superman.
I got tired of the monologues, and it just was becoming very unrealistic to me. Why are y'all in Vegas? Nobody's.
So I didn't even watch that far, bro. The thing that tripped me out was how are you making all of these right decisions as this like you haven't really made like one fuck up yet.
Yeah.
Like you haven't had like one major
He's
like
so
rebellion.
mature.
Yeah, like it doesn't. I'm not that mature at my big age. What are we talking about?
Yeah, like I don't like that they don't show the true selfishness of teenagers, which is you're supposed to have. You're supposed to be selfish as a
which one of them? Because you would have got one of them girls that you'd have got old girl pregnant whose house you was staying in. Mm-hmm. She would have been pregnant while you was still messing with old girl. That would have been the story that we would have heard, and then you would have got kicked out the house.
But maybe they want to show like not so much of that, like show a different, because we see that.
True.
But I don't
want it to be so like far from reality that it's just like
when I say selfish, I mean like you constantly not putting yourself before the greater good. That just, I mean, I'm sure that there are kids out there like that, but that just doesn't seem very realistic for a high school student.
But the way it's not even the fact that it's the way he does it at every turn,
every single time,
and the reason why I'm being hyperbolic when I say like, of course he gets both of them girls pregnant or whatever, because just at so many points there's so many instances in which he just made like the perfect decision so many times in a row, and there's no way you make that many right decisions in a row. I've never met anybody that made that many right decisions in a row.
Nope. Or just nobody who was not that. It's really the selfishness for me, the selflessness for me that just doesn't feel realistic. And I that sounds bad, but like at that age, you are supposed to be selfish. You are not supposed to have like scientifically, like your brain has not formed all of the things that make you think about the whole situation and be able to put yourself on the back burner for the greater good of the school or the community or whatever. And it's like, oh, well, I just won't go to this school so I can play here. And it's like, no, as a teenager, it's your job to want to do what's best for you.
Yeah. There have been times where I've been working in my job and I'm sitting across from a client and I'm like, I don't think you have a mental health disorder. I just think that you're 21 and you haven't learned to think of anybody but yourself yet.
Mm-hmm. Which, join the club.
Like I think sometimes that's a thing. Well,
I did not care to really start thinking about other people until I had kids, and I didn't have my first kid till I was like 27, 28. Like I was so selfish, and I don't wish I could go back, but I'm saying like I don't see nothing wrong with being selfish when you ain't got nobody to report to.
Yeah, I've heard it's a very significant change of thought process.
Once you have kids. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Because the things that you do don't just affect, and they're expensive. So like when like a lot of decisions that you would have normally been comfortable making, you have another set of bills. So you have to think more carefully. But just the things that you do don't just affect you. You know, you gotta think about them. Like, I would love to be able to. Although I don't enjoy moving, I don't enjoy the process of moving, but I do enjoy living in different places. And so, like, when I was younger, I never renewed my lease anywhere because I want to go live somewhere else. I just want to go to a different apartment, to a different side of town, to a different area or whatever. And I can't do that now because I don't want to keep moving y'all schools.
And you need stability.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it just, you start to think about things a whole lot differently all over.
Yeah, little one is a little nomadic as well.
Mm-hmm.
She ready to be up and gone. Yeah. So it's very, she'll say things to me and I just be like, you haven't thought that through. Well, we're going to talk about it. I'd be like, cool. Because I'm never the like, I'm just going to go with whatever you said and just hype you up. Mm-hmm. I'm always the like, cool. So what's the plan? How do we do that? Yeah. You said you want to do it. I'll support you. Just tell me how we're going to do it. Mm-hmm. And then we good. But yeah. Wow, we haven't even gotten to the question yet, and we are not that far in.
It's only 20 minutes.
That's not that bad. We've done worse. All right, so the question was, what thing did they say in the meeting that lets you know this whole thing could have been an email? And I got some very interesting responses. A lot of the most interesting responses actually came from TikTok, which I'm going to start doing that more often with just putting it out on TikTok. Mm-hmm. Although when it's like personal stuff that people don't want to like put a real username behind, I'm still gonna put those on Instagram because the things that people and on the what's the names on this and on the
story
version?
Yeah.
Because people in the Instagram comments, they tell their whole life story.
They do they tell the whole thing.
They do it like it's Twitter, like it's anonymous and like you can't be found, but there's like pictures of you on there. I don't understand. Like it's not even like we came here for the pictures. It wasn't even like we was like looking for words. Oh, so yeah. What did they say in this meeting to let you know this whole thing could have been an email? We are going to read the information to you that is already on the piece of paper that is in your mailbox.
I assumed when you even called me in for an interview, I assumed that you assumed I could read. So how are we now at a place where I need to be read to? I just thought.
I feel you.
You know,
that's a real one.
If she can't do nothing else, she probably can read and write. And yet here we are.
There we go.
Being read to. Okay.
Another thing. When they called it a meeting, that's when she knew it could have been an email. She said,
oh, brother, y'all not finna get in here and talk about nothing.
At all. We just here. When the meeting had to be stretched out to be a meeting.
Mm-hmm. Now you just looking for shit to talk about. You done said everything that you need to say in the first 6 minutes of us being together. You done got out every single thing. You done asked questions. Don't nobody got no more questions. Now you talking about, so next week is Susie's birthday. So we probably gonna do something for that. And
does anybody want to volunteer? I think I'm gonna send out an email and you all can sign up for the things that you want to bring. Yeah. And to piggyback off of bro, one more person get a piggyback. Like your back is bad. We know because you like sometimes are like walking around here with a cane and you not athletic to be giving nobody a piggyback. Let's not do this.
Constantly trying to pig. No. This has been over. You dragging it out. You beating the dead horse. It's over. It's done. Let's move forward.
Sometimes you say things so country.
I heard it when I said
it. No,
I heard it when I said it. That's why I kind of looked off. I was trying to avoid it, but you just had to say something. But no, I heard it when I said it.
Bro, I love it so much. Oh my God. When they started with, so as we previously discussed.
So
we've already covered this.
We already covered this.
It's not new information.
Yeah, we could have followed up with an email. if we need to follow up at all.
Training that had one video and people have individual questions to presenter that are not about the video. So the training was about one video, and people asked the trainer questions that had nothing to do with the video.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the failure of your coworkers.
Yeah.
Honestly and truly.
Why are we watching this video? Together as a group.
Because if that was a training, that could have been an email. And if that's all it is, then like I could just send you an email back to say that I did it. And we can both pretend like it's done.
I watched it and I had no questions pertaining to this. So,
bro, I'm like, bro, there's not even a test at the end of this?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, nah, bro. I just got to watch it?
Yeah.
What is it? Is this new information? It's just...
No, this is the annual safety training, active shooter training that we send out every
year?
And you just got to.
It doesn't change, and it doesn't. We're not doing anything about an active shooter. We're not even right to your local congressman. We're just like,
nope. We just got to let y'all know what to do in case. We got to tell y'all every single year just in case something pop off. But you really could have watched this at your desk on your own time. That's my thing. You tell me whatever you want
if you watch the news, you have a plan in your head already, so you're good.
Right. And we really finna sit up here and have this active shooter training when the active shooter is probably in the room.
The active shooter knows what we're gonna do. They know the plan.
That's why I don't understand why they do that.
He know the plan like I know the plan, bro.
Right. Yeah, they all. He gonna bring his homeboy. Yeah, they all gonna huddle in that corner right over there and watch.
Only in America.
Unfortunately. I mean, yeah. You know what I mean. It's not that I wish it was happening in other places. I just wish that it wasn't happening here.
That's true. But that's a conversation. So little one is trying to convince me to like move to like Costa Rica or some shit. I was like, I can't do the pod from there. So that's a no. But also I'm not moving to Costa. I'm not moving out of the United States.
No.
I've lived out of the United States. Mm-hmm. Shit ain't sweet.
You lived in America Senior.
Shit ain't sweet.
This is just.
Let me tell you something.
England is America Senior.
True, and England is we do things for the sake of tradition, not because they're actually efficient.
Mm-hmm. See, if I left the country, it's crazy because Vet literally just asked me today if I could live in any other country, where would it be? And I said I have not been to enough countries to be able to accurately say, but I think I want to go to one of them white countries where they like love black people. Like which
one? What? Tell me about that country. I have yet to hear. They love black people in Switzerland.
That's what I heard. Yeah, like
I have not heard this.
I've heard that. That's what I've heard. It's like when black people be walking down the street, it's like it's a little bit fetishy, a little bit, but it's like, oh wow, we don't see y'all a whole lot. I think it was Switzerland.
Okay.
Denmark.
Sorry, you said fetishy, and my brain went a whole other.
Denmark, maybe.
So I've never been. That's like Scandinavia. Mm-hmm. That's all of that whole region where all the like Vikings was. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, bro.
I don't know. That's what I heard. I could be very wrong. I'd have to do some research, but
yeah, because that was on the like list of places that little one was like, if we want to move, yeah, like Denmark.
Yeah, let's move to Copenhagen.
You gonna do the pod from Copenhagen?
Yeah, we can do the pod from anywhere.
That's true.
Podcast. It's kind of the point.
Factual.
You do this shit from anywhere.
We won't have such like great. I can't wait till I move, bro.
To a different apartment.
Oh yeah, I'm moving before the end of the year.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a very interesting experience. What did they say in this meeting to let you know the whole meeting could have been an email? Anything about dress code?
Yeah.
I don't know why we're here.
Yeah.
Someone said 2 words: quality control. Now, I feel like that needed more words because
that sounds like it probably should have been a meeting.
Yeah.
I'm not quality really control. Sure what that means. But
somebody in trouble, bro.
Right. Somebody messed up.
Yeah. This meeting is necessary.
And
they're trying to make sure don't nobody else mess up like this messed up.
And I want the tea.
Because now we all look.
I'm early,
bro. That's one of the meetings where you sitting in the meeting, and they start talking about like. So someone in here, some of you are not meeting standard.
That's where you just got to look around, see who
you trying to see who trying not to make eye contact, or you're saying who's like looking and not breaking eye contact. Right. Cause you know,
you're
like
trying so hard to not look suspicious that you're trying to make eye contact.
Oh yeah. Cause Gemma and them, Gemma is just sitting there like but Gemma do all her work and she volunteering to help you with your work. So like, you know, it ain't Gemma.
It's not Gemma. Ain't no way.
But your coworker that always like disappears to the bathroom every 15 minutes or so.
That's me.
Oh. Then, so yeah, like somebody in here is guilty.
If my supervisor called a meeting to tell everybody some shit that they could have just told me, you trying to embarrass me? This would have never happened if I was white. I'm gonna say that in the meeting. This would have never happened if I was white.
Wait. Are you gonna wait? Did they openly admit that it's you that they're talking about? So you just come out and say that it's you?
I don't know. It depends. I don't know. Once I know it's about me and I'm looking around, everybody, don't nobody else look concerned or nothing. Hey,
everybody else is just confused. Like I don't.
But for a different reason than I'm confused.
Like that sounds like why would anybody even do that? Like no, that's not even procedural.
No, when they say what you did wrong and everybody chimes in, like who would do something like that?
Like.
Why would you even? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. No, we learned on the first date you're not supposed to do nothing like that. I don't even know who.
See, this needed to be a meeting. Because I was not going to check my email. It didn't have me in the header. If it didn't say two.
When I click on an email, if I see a bunch of people listed, ain't no way you're talking to me.
If I'm not on a 2 line, if I'm not like first or second, if I'm not like at least like third on the 2 line, yeah, you weren't talking to me, bro. Mm-hmm. You had to get 2 things to get to. You could have just CC'd me. This wasn't information that I even really needed to know.
And that's why we needed this meeting. That's exactly why they had to call this meeting.
That's exactly what.
We've been having an issue of people not thoroughly reading or checking their emails.
Bruh,
I had to remind you to come to the meeting. It's you. Like, it's on your calendar and you didn't check.
Let me tell you something. I got so bad at checking emails at one point. Me and my supervisors have always been cool. And they know just like, I get distracted and I forget that email is there because I'm doing other stuff. Excuse me. My supervisor, one of my old supervisors, if it was really important, she would call me and be like, hey, yo, check your email. Because such and such just emailed you about da-da-da-da. And I'd be like, oh, thank you. And go and do the thing. Yeah. Cause like, and also I'm getting overwhelmed because there's so many emails that I am CC'd on for no reason.
That have nothing to do with me.
It's like if I knew that everything in here was actually talking to me, I'd be perfectly happy to respond. The way I answer the phone, because I know y'all are calling.
Right.
Someone is looking to speak with me. This is crazy.
And my job, the bad thing is the emails do be having stuff to do with me, but they don't be talking to me. So like it's stuff that I do need to know. I need to know what's going on. But ain't nobody talking to me right now. So I'll catch up when I need to. The emails are here.
Like the deadline on this was.
Hey, now that ain't got nothing to do with me. That part, hey, y'all meet your own goals. Everybody meet their own goals. I met mine.
Not everybody meet their own goals.
I'm not a team player, bro. I'm looking out for self. I am not a team player. Anyway.
Fair. What lets you know this whole meeting could have been an email? What did they say that lets you know this whole meeting could have been an email? There's not much to update you guys on today, or this is going to be very brief. Like, if it's going to be that brief.
We could have dialed into a conference call. We didn't have to come here.
Dog, you know what the longest meetings that I have ever, like, battalion meetings, staff meetings. Mm-hmm. So you have battalion and staff meetings, and it's a long arduous meeting where there's a section and everybody's section has to talk, and you have commanders on this side, and doing it over the phone, especially if you're not a person that has to say anything, but you just gotta sit there while everybody else is like talking about things, and a good majority of it probably has nothing to do with you, and you just gotta sit there and listen and hope that no one says your name to ask you a question about something that was just said.
Mm-hmm. This is off topic, but this just reminded me that is the reason I don't be in people's wedding. I've been asked to be in weddings, and I'm like, nah, because nobody talking to me. I got to stand up here this whole time, and nobody's even talking to me. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to stand up here.
You real life have never been a bridesmaid?
No. Last time I was in a wedding, I was like 6.
I was just recently in a wedding. Not that long ago. Like, my little brother got married. And that's what inspired me to go on my fitness journey, because I look like a soup sandwich. Like just a busted can of biscuits. You know how I'm gonna tell you how bad it was, bro. So my brother said, okay, like, what are y'all's measurements? Go ahead and order the stuff that you need online. Cool. I get it, and I don't think it needs to be tailored or anything. Like, I'm thinking it's just gonna be what I need it to be. So I don't try it on till the day of the wedding.
The day of? You out of your fucking mind.
When I tell you, I'd also like put on weight in this time. So I was fooling myself with these measurements. When I tell you, I had to like inhale and like lay down to get the pants on. And then the shirt that I had didn't fit me anymore.
Men really piss me off. Try the damn clothes on. I literally just talked to this. I just had to tell him, yeah, you know what size pants you wear, but you don't know how these pants gonna fit with your thick ass. Try the fucking pants on. Isn't that? I was like, you're not gonna try them pants on? I know what size I wear. And
what is it with y'all and calling us thick, bro?
Y'all are thick.
Okay.
Y'all be thick as hell. Just try the clothes on. Yeah, you know what size you wear, but you don't know how these pants are gonna fit on you. You don't know. You don't know how this shirt might run a little small, or the sleeves might be weird. But try the fucking clothes on so you can see how it looks.
Why are you cursing at me?
Because why the hell would you wait till the day of?
We're not even there anymore. I know you triggered. Come back.
That's literally what we were just talking about.
No. But
no. You not there. I'm still there.
That's what I'm saying. Come back.
Why would you do that?
Come back.
All right.
Don't go into the light.
Don't tempt me with a good time. Anywho. All right. My bad.
You good.
With your foolishness.
It's literally their foolishness. It's actually not mine. Let's see. To reiterate, God, I cannot say words.
I'm sorry.
It's not a good. When they said good morning, that's what let them know. Yeah. This whole meeting could have been an email. That's crazy.
Good morning. See you playing. Get to the point.
That's that bullshit.
You playing already. Get
Same
to the
shit,
point.
different day. Let's go.
Sharon. We do these meetings every other morning. What is it? It's not a good morning because I'm here. What is it? The hell is the point?
Shit.
God damn it, Sharon.
Get on my
Can you imagine? Good morning. Here she go.
Bro, there's a dude on TikTok who does it's called like Staff Wars. And it's basically just him like acting out how people act at a battalion. It's like if The Office was the military. Mm-hmm. But like it's so real because like every person that's in this position, they all act like this. Like the warrant officer always acts like you can never find him and nobody ever fucks with him. He just does whatever the fuck he wants. Everybody leaves him alone. Yeah. He ain't never been to a formation a day in his life. That's how that goes. Chief does what Chief wants to do. Mm-hmm. So that's always how Chief is. Yeah. And then you have the S3 who is always like, he's either like Dwight from The Office.
Mm-hmm. One of my faves.
Like he's just super anal, or he's like mad cool and everybody wants to be around him. And the XO is the person who is like, so they flip flop. Uh-huh. You don't get two cool ones at the same time. Yeah. You can't. And then you get a battalion commander who's like everybody's granddad.
Everybody, niggas love their grandpa. Everybody love their grandpa.
He's just like, oh yeah, so like, how are you guys doing? Robert, did you get the slides done? But there's always like this undertone of like threat when they talk to you. Like this, like it's like yo, he's a battalion commander, so like I assume he's seen and done some shit. Mm-hmm. So I don't really want to smoke. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And then there's always a sergeant major whose neck is thick. Huh.
You're saying a lot of words.
Sorry.
What some of them mean.
I went into a lot of military talk. Mm-hmm. Sorry. It happens.
It's a big part of your life.
It was so for a very long time. What did they say in the meeting? Let you know this whole meeting could have been an email. It was when they said off the rip, the meeting will only be a few minutes. What did they say to let you know this whole meeting could have been an email? So how does everyone feel about this?
Girl, you brought us in here for a poll.
It definitely could have been a Survey Monkey.
Really could have did this shit on IG.
On the coolest of cools.
I
put it on my story, bro. You good.
Right. I feel like there's probably an app for that.
There's definitely an app for that. So that was the question for this week.
Okay. If you could go back to 18, would you? And if you would you change anything and what?
Yes.
What would you change?
I would go back with all of the knowledge that I have now, right?
Mm-hmm. But you can't like win the lottery. Because that was my answer. That was my immediate answer. I can plan before I go back. I'm definitely finna go see what them numbers is like.
I'm not gonna hit the lottery, but I am gonna I'm gonna cheat the fuck out the stock market. Because I'm gonna know which companies are going to be, and I'm gonna invest in them, and I'm gonna make money.
Okay, but what if right now in this moment somebody knocked on the door and said, "I have the ability to take you whatever," and you trusted it. I have the ability to let you go back in time to the time till you were 18 years old. Do you want to go? You don't have time to research and look up. I mean, you can do whatever you have in your in your head right now.
But I'm gonna know what at 18. Let's see. I know which social medias are going to pop, and I'm going to get invested in those. Mm-hmm. Like that's gonna be the time before when Instagram, like, because at 18 Instagram was like a thing.
Instagram was not a thing when you were 18. So sorry.
Dude, I'm old. Shit. It wasn't a thing.
Instagram did not launch until 2010. Twitter was a thing. Twitter was early.
Oh yeah, because I was thinking
I joined Twitter in 09.
No, yeah, I was in college when
Instagram came out in 2010.
Wow.
So you are older than Instagram. So am I.
Sorry, I was like, where was I when I had a Facebook.
Facebook and Twitter were both things.
Yeah, and I was in high
school.
Yeah, and then I got Instagram. So if I'm able to go back, yeah, I'd go back. I think it would be interesting. I do think I would things I would do slightly differently. I think I would still go to an HBCU. Mm-hmm. I would have gone to the exact same HBCU. I think I would have I might have studied something differently, because now I wonder if I got what I needed to get from being in psychology and in the mental health field, and whether or not it's time for me to move on and do something else. So I think I might have studied something different, but possibly also in the medical field. Like I might have gone into like being I might have tried to be a PA.
Or what?
A PA, a physician assistant.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that, right? Like I could have, or decided to be an engineer.
I would have I'd be a flight attendant.
That makes sense for you, friend.
Because I feel like that is not an adult job. Like I know that adults are flight attendants, but did you know flight attendants don't get paid for their training? Like it's like 6 weeks of training and they don't get paid. So I could not do that as a full grown adult, but that is something that I could have did fresh out of like college. I don't know if I would have went to college though.
I don't know if I'd have joined the military.
Knowing what you know.
And it's crazy to think about like me being me now. Like it's like trying to imagine like what I would be like if I had kids at 21. There's no way to know that because I can't even perceive what that me would be like because we diverged at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be an interesting decision. Not if I could pay for college without it.
Yeah. I think if I could go back knowing what I know, I would do my best to live my life on shuffle. I would try so many different jobs. I would do so many different things. I wouldn't have loyalty to any of these fucking companies. And I would would do so many things. And being a flight attendant is at the top of that list.
I know a bunch of people that have been flight attendants. I dated one once. They're great. They're hilarious.
All of them were.
She was.
I think she probably was hilarious because she was hilarious and not because she was a flight attendant, but sure. Tomato.
Probably.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all I have for the questions. Oh, we did have things that we were going to talk about. First of all, everybody is getting divorced, including your fave.
Yeah, we touched on that a little bit already. But yeah, Teyana Taylor announced that her and Iman are separated.
But not just them, bro. I've seen like Jeezy and Jeannie Mae are getting divorced. And there's been a few other ones. There's been a bunch of like celebrity breakups and divorces. Ariana Grande done divorced her, whoever she was with. I don't know that man. Yeah, it's been a bunch of that.
Like, celebrity news really does often escape me. I way more often hear people talking about it than the actual news itself. Like, I don't ever really know what's going on. I'm always trying to figure out what are you talking about. But
I see people's reaction to the news. I've never I don't watch E Network. It doesn't come across me.
And I don't follow those type of people who usually like where the news actually comes from. But yeah, Teyana Taylor came right across my feed. It came right to my front door, and I said, "This is my opportunity."
Where did you see it?
Instagram from her.
Oh, okay. Oh, you follow her?
I follow her. Yeah, and this is my chance. I just really want to be with her. You know.
No, it would probably make my no, it wouldn't, because then I would still see the reactions. I was like, if I just unfollowed the Shade Room, it would give me more peace. But no, it wouldn't, because I would still see everybody's like reactions to whatever happened on Shade Room, and then I would have to go look at what happened on Shade Room for context.
What's crazy? I've never followed the Shade Room.
Really?
No, never. And I don't see it. The most that I ever see from the Shade Room is like somebody might put something on their story and it'll just be like a post. But it's usually something funny because that's just what I see. I've never followed the Shade Room ever. I don't think I've ever even been to the page.
Yeah, I followed the Shade Room, but I'm one of them people like I need to hear a bunch of different sides of the argument. So I need to follow the Shade Room, but I also need to follow Now This and this thing over here, and seeing, because like also the shade room, as we've learned, is very right leaning.
I don't know anything about it.
Oh, it's a whole thing, but we don't have to get into it now.
All I know is at some point it had something to do with TD Jakes and one of his daughters, but I don't know if it was one who stole a baby or not. One of his daughters stole a baby.
I have no idea that was a thing that was happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she like took in some mother who was like doing bad or something. It was like, yeah, just come stay with us and we'll like help you out and help you take care of the baby. And then they basically like stole the baby from her or some shit like that. She was all online trying to get her baby back. Mm-hmm. That was a minute ago. So I don't know. None of that is any of my business. Why is this affecting you so much? Do you go to the porterhouse?
I do not. I was just caught so off guard. I so often hear him talking about fatherhood.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was just thrown off a little.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to shoot my shot at Teyana. If she even, I'm telling you, if she just sees a like, if she likes my video,
that's fair.
I'm going to cry.
I fully and wholeheartedly believe that.
I'm such a fan, and I have been for so long.
Oh, there was something. Both of us have made videos about this.
About what?
Women not paying attention to anything when they with their boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
Look at you just grinning now.
Okay, yeah, we were supposed to talk about that because I did make the video where I was like, I turn my brain off when I'm with him. I don't want to have to think for myself. But, I am not like some of the girls in the comments. They take it a bit far. There was a whole lot of I've definitely walked into traffic and he had to come get and he had to grab me, or I just hold his hand and follow. I have no idea where we're going. I'm not that bad. I'm not there with it. I turn my brain off in the sense of it doesn't really like, you want to ride with me somewhere? Yeah, let's go. I'm just getting in the car and I'm riding. Don't ask me what I want to eat. I'm just going to eat whatever you say we're going to eat. My general rule for food is like, if I don't know what I want to eat and he offers something to eat, I will only say no to that if I have something else if I could think of what I do want to eat.
Okay.
That's how I try to do it. But yeah, but like, yeah, I'm not walking in the traffic or walking in. Somebody said they definitely almost ran into a wall because they weren't paying attention I am aware of my surroundings in the sense of what type of crowd is this, but I'm not on alert. I'm not looking for anything. I'm not looking out for anything because that's his job. Like, what am I going to do? What I'm going to do? Nathan.
I feel you. Which made me think about people have been talking about protection a lot lately. It's always a common topic of the protection of black women, and there was an instance everybody was talking about. And I was just like, and black men, and sometimes I am so glad that we don't have, because did we talk about this?
What?
This young lady with this brick?
I don't think we did.
Well, I've said this before, sometimes I'm glad that we have time before we put out the podcast, because sometimes the worst thing I can do
is start talking too soon. Yeah.
And when I started thinking about like it in its totality, I realized something. One, most people do not have skills for de-escalation. Mm-hmm. Or they've never had to do it. Because like, I think about times in which like I have looked out or protected people. It didn't even have to get to like a physical altercation.
Yeah.
It was as simple as me being like, "Ayo, y'all good?" Sometimes, "Ayo, y'all good?" is enough to squash a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I spoke on it. I made a video, but I made it my story. I did not leave it up because I knew the reaction that I was gonna get, but it was some hyperbole, some like it's based in truth, but some of the words that I use are exaggerated. But I really do feel like if you are outside, if you are out and you see a man, as a man, if you're out and you see a man abusing a woman and you do nothing, it's because you're scary. That's just, and it's okay to be scary.
Yeah.
It is okay. In my point of view, in the video that I made, I said I think it's because you're a bitch, but but it's okay because the world needs bitches, and I'm glad that you know, because all you're gonna do is come over here and make the situation worse. Don't come over here if you don't know how to handle it. Don't come over here and lose your life because you don't know how to de-escalate or you can't protect yourself from this man. Don't come try to protect me if you can't protect yourself.
Well, the worry is not that I'm gonna end up having to fight, not be able to beat him. The worry, even in those situations, is that I'm now going to be in a situation where I got to fight both of y'all.
Yeah, and see, I do feel a tad bit different. See, in this situation, I'm always talking about strangers because that is how, that is what I see more than anything else. It's just a man not taking rejection.
They've actually, so one of the things that has been said is that when women are in altercations with men in the streets, to start to yell, "I don't know him, I don't know him,"
yes,
because it alerts
people
everybody.
Don't want to get into domestic shit.
Yeah,
especially because you more than likely gonna go back. It takes a lot of like domestic violence abusers at least 7 tries to leave a relationship or something like that, like if not more. So you're more than likely gonna go back. Now it's both of them. Because I get it a little bit more if you know that it's a domestic thing, but you don't always know. And even if it is a domestic thing, if you do nothing, it's because you're scary.
Simply inquiring about what's happening.
Say, "Hey man, somebody called the police." I feel like that's very effective. You don't have to say you did it. Hey, somebody called the cops. I think the cops are on the way. Shut this shit down. Say or do something, but only if you go whatever you decide to say or do.
I've heard other people say that as I'm in the middle of de-escalating things. That is another way that shuts a lot of shit down.
Even if it's not true, just say it. But only if however you decide to step in, make sure you can stand on that. Don't come over here trying to protect me and you lose your fucking life and everybody mad at me. Because that's exactly, your people are going to be upset with me, even though I ain't did nothing. Your people it's going to be all over. Well, this is why we don't go in. No. Because I literally just saw Consciously was posted a video about this today that somebody had tagged him in. And there was an altercation. A man was like beating up on a woman. And then this lady, her husband and her baby were there. I think they were in a store, maybe Walmart. And he went over there. When the man put his hands on her, he went over there and the dude ended up shooting and killing him. And it's like, I get that. Absolutely. But that has nothing to do with that woman. That is a man who chose to shoot another man. He was just beating up this lady. He could have fought him, but he didn't. This is just a man who chose to shoot another man. I don't think that the woman needs to be brought into this at all. Because he was just like, the man went over there to try and de-escalate the situation and ended up getting shot. I don't think that means don't help women. I don't think.
Was that the point that Consciously was trying to make?
No. Of course not.
I was very confused.
No. Of course not. Of course not. Somebody tagged him in that because he hadn't spoke on it, but he was like, I mostly speak on injustices, and the man who did that shooting is in jail. So he got locked up and was denied bond. He's in jail. So this wasn't something I usually talk about injustice, because with the girl with the brick, we didn't see no mugshot with nothing. We don't know that any justice has been served. Yeah. So that's why it's more thing to talk about.
I appreciate Consciously for that, because I don't see him which keeps him out of a lot of
having to circle back and talk about it And it happens. But one thing I just can't stand is there are going to be outliers, like with the Carly Russell situation. This does not mean when somebody go missing, you shouldn't report it and do what you can. Like, you're still supposed to do that, because that she is an outlier.
I'm never going to feel bad for believing somebody.
For what?
for believing somebody when they said something traumatic happened to them. Like, that's not a...
I don't want to be that hard of a person.
No, I don't want to be that pessimistic.
Yeah. But,
Oh, speaking of... So I made a video and I didn't explain. Everybody thought I was being funny and I really wasn't. So, I made a video on TikTok and I was like, you ever been mad at your girl because she told you about something dangerous somebody else did, but she was like super excited to tell you about it? Like she was going to do the exact same shit. And by that, I mean this. I'm going to explain this story to you. So little one and me we're sitting on that couch. I'm sitting at that end. She's sitting at this end. She's got her feet on me and she's talking to me about her friend, her homegirl that we both know. And she was like, yeah, I had to cuss out her man. And I was like, first of all, why are you cussing out her man? First of all, this is my first thought, but I don't say that. I just think it. I just think it real loud in my head, and I go, we'll circle back to that if it's necessary.
Flag.
Pinning that.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is already bad. So she continues and she's like, yeah, so she's telling me about how her friend was coming into the apartment building that they live in. And her friend, we're going to call her friend Emma. Her friend Emma spots their neighbors. Like at least one of them, I think she kind of knows. The other, she doesn't know. Both of them they look very familiar-ish. And the dude is like yelling at this girl. He's screaming at her like, and she looks like frightened and whatever. And she goes to the girl, "Hey, are you okay?"
Emma does
to the stranger girl. The dude turns around and goes, "She's fine." She goes, "I'm not talking to you. Mm-hmm. Are you okay?" Mm-hmm. He then like ramps up and starts yelling at her. She tries to de-escalate, but then eventually starts yelling back with him and then goes to her house. She tells her husband, who is in the house, about what just happened. And then she proceeds to go back out of the house to go check on what's happening. But before she does it, she grabs a knife. And little one is telling me this story with glee about like, she's like, yeah, like she would have, and like this was a great idea. And the first thing I said was her husband's a bitch. Because let me tell you something. Let you have come in the house and told me you got into a shouting match with some other man out in the hallway. Mm-hmm. Let you have thought you was gonna go back out the house. Sit your ass down. What are you doing?
With a knife?
Bro, I was like, I know you think you Billy Badass. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. I really do. But also like, no, because now I got to come out the house with a tool. Mm-hmm. Why do you want me to go to jail? Let's keep me out of jail. Because we already know I don't play behind you. So what are we talking about? Like, what are we, like, don't.
And there's like, no. Because you're going back outside with the knife. You don't know what's about to happen. And then whatever happens from here on out, you're in trouble because you went inside to grab a weapon and came back out. Now, had you already had that knife on you, different story. As far as what you can legally get away with.
But so my thing was, I'm okay with you're out somewhere, you see an injustice, you try to de-escalate. Do not put yourself in a position, or me in a position where now I have to like come in. I don't want to have to do things. Mm-hmm. And it's not you know how like some people be like, oh yeah, I wish a motherfucker would. I'll do that. No. I don't want to have to do things to people.
Yeah.
Like I want to keep my humanity
and my freedom.
Yes. I don't want to have to give those things up.
Yeah.
Because you want to argue with this lady about whether or not you got enough butter in your popcorn. Like that's cool. Like we could do that. But why?
Is it worth it?
Yeah. Like my freedom's not worth like we don't need that much butter no way.
Right.
We should be on a diet.
Cholesterol. Remember?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So like we gotta chill.
Yeah. Well.
And I've learned that because I have anger issues.
I don't, but I think I'm a pretty chill person.
I think you are too.
Yeah. I think I'm a pretty chill person. I don't really consider myself someone who has anger issues at all. But I do bring out other people's anger issues because I'm gonna laugh at you.
You're also gonna be like nonchalant about it too.
Yeah.
Which nothing makes people more upset than when you're nonchalant about something.
Yeah.
Oh, they'd be so bothered.
Yeah, people be wanting you to match their energy, but
when I don't,
why would I want to do that? You look stressed.
I think that's one of the reasons why I became so nonchalant. Because it bothers a motherfucker like when you're not. Like you super hype and all of this. I'm not getting active till it's time to get active.
No, all that woofing, all that. What we talking about?
Well, you ain't talking about nothing.
I'm not, yeah. What?
I just thought about that skit where old boy is like, he don't want to fight for real. He want to fight for real. He's like, yo, come on. It's like, you doing all that? He's like, he don't want to fight for real. He don't want to fight for real. I'm right here. Come on. He don't want to fight for real. He starts walking up to him. He starts moving around. He don't want to fight for real. He don't want to fight for real. I'm like, bro, like.
No, I don't get mad about a whole lot of stuff, but I always got a joke locked, loaded, and ready to go, which means you got to be able to maneuver because people don't like that. People don't like when you joke when they serious. I can't tell you how many times I've been in arguments with men, like niggas that I'm with, and I get told, see, you don't take shit serious. It's the middle of an argument.
And now you got a joke.
Yeah. Cause you didn't say
that would
something.
piss me off.
Yeah, it do.
Oh, that would piss me off. But that's not I'm probably not the person you want to do that with, because then I get like, I'm probably not the person to do that with, because if we start doing joke, I'm not even gonna go for jokes. I'm gonna start doing insecurities.
Okay.
Because that's not because now like the problem with is worked in mental health for several years. You learn to read people. Mm-hmm. Like I can tell the thing that you're insecure about. I had to learn like, hey, do not attack people's like this is squishy part. Don't attack squishy part. Mm-hmm. Let them have squishy part. It's unprotected. It's vulnerable. Don't do that. But no, like if we start doing like especially if I feel like the joke was like aimed at like to make me feel, I'd be like, cool, this is what we doing. So yeah.
I got one.
What?
Insecurity. One. I got one thing that anybody could bring up that'll get under my skin. Everybody don't know what that is. And then, even if I'm in it's, this is an argument with my partner, with my person. You bring that up, you probably got more than me. So you really want to go insecurity for insecurity? Because we can do that. Because I got the one. And it's a big one. But once we get past that, what else you got? Because you got a few. Let's talk about them. I'm not one of them people you want to play that game with either. Because I always have a joke. And the level of disrespect.
This is also why we're friends.
The level of disrespect this joke is going to be rooted in, it's completely up to you. It's completely up to them. But yes, I have been in arguments with partners before, and it's like, bro, why you don't take shit serious? We trying to we talking and you can't take nothing serious. And I'm just like, I mean, but was you serious when you said that? 'Cause
I didn't feel like you were serious.
You're kind of hard to take serious. You're kind of being a joke right now.
That's all I'm saying. Feels like a joke to me.
Right. Oh, that wasn't supposed to be funny? Oh, you thought I was... Oh, wow.
Thought it was
You
serious?
thought I was going to listen to that.
Thought I was feeling you?
Yikes on bike.
Yikes on bike. What else do we have that was on the docket? Actually, how much? What are we at?
It's so okay. Little behind the scenes. RJ does all of the content scheduling for the most part. Like I do the back office stuff, the editing, all that. He does majority of the what are we going to talk about. And we do have shared notes that I literally never click on. I never go into. I don't care. I don't know what we're talking about until we get here and he tells me.
Today.
But today, the first thing that I have ever put in the first thing that I have ever added to the docket is Teyana Taylor is single.
I saw it and I had put up at the top of the doc and I was like, we're going to talk about people's divorce and everybody's divorcing in 2023. Next episode, I may come through with a list of everybody that it's been so far because I saw a TikTok on it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
We talked about Teyana Taylor. Oh, I was going to talk about how aging sucks.
Aging?
Yeah.
Getting older?
Yeah. Dog, at some
Does
point.
it?
Bro.
It does not for me. I feel like I am getting better and better.
There's been a couple of things that have gone wrong. At one point last week, you ever sneezed a bunch of times in a row?
No. Yes, I have. But it's
Bro.
far and few between. I usually am a single sneezer.
I sneezed a bunch of times in a row. And on that last one, I sneezed so hard, my whole body hurt. Dog, like I was like, I had like, it was in my...
I saw you made a video about
bro, that. I was numb in my arms and like my fingertips, like all my joints and I was like, bro, what is happening?
Yeah.
Why is there this dull pain in my body as I am sneezing? That's crazy. So yeah, aging is sucked. Well, not so, as I've been lifting, it's been better. A lot of things feel better. Like my knees feel better, my legs feel better. Yeah.
Short King used to tell me that he was like, yeah, I'm enjoying what I have now because when I get older, the shit that I'm putting my body through now, I'm going to have hell when I get older. Him. Like the things that he's putting his body through now with the way that he works out and all of that. He's like, yeah, when I get older, it's going to be a lot of wear and tear, slowing me down. Yikes on the bike. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, so for me, a lot of that comes from like the wear and tear from like running on concrete and military training and playing basketball nonstop and working out a lot. Like I have a lot of that wear and tear. But now that I'm like heavily into weightlifting, I don't have nearly as much of that wear and tear. And also the cardio is like I can walk on a treadmill uphill. Okay. That's fine.
Now that I cannot do. I am so out of shape.
Oh, what? Uphill, like treadmill
walking.
Walk?
Yeah. Takes a lot out of
When
me.
When you think about it, most people don't walk at all. At all. They go from their house, they walk around their house to get ready, to go to work, to walk to the car, to drive, to walk from the parking lot to their office, to sit at a desk for however many hours, get up, leave, come back, and you don't walk anywhere.
Yeah.
You don't work out at all.
I live a fairly sedentary life. The only thing that keeps me, I have toddlers. So, and I'm very active with them, but other than that, I'm very out of shape. But whenever I do venture off into the gym and want to do that for a couple of weeks at a time, I don't do cardio because that's directly against my goals.
Yeah.
But like when I'm working out, it's never, oh, this hurts. I can't fucking breathe. That's why I want to stop. It's not like, well, I won't say never. The not being able to breathe will make me want to quit before this hurts and I can't do it anymore. No, I can't breathe. I'm winded.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I don't go to the gym anymore. I just decided that at some point my metabolism has to slow down and my grown woman weight will just come in on its own. That's just what I'm going with from
You're how old now?
32. My mama didn't get her grown woman weight till she was 41. She was this size till she was 41.
I mean, enjoy it while you have it.
Yeah. That's what they say. But I'm going to have to, because me working out consistently just does not feel like. You know why I don't want to work out?
Why?
Because I understand that it is something that I'm going to always have to do, and I don't like that.
It's addictive.
Yeah, but even if I want to, I don't want, even if I get to the point where I want to work out, I don't want to have to. So what I'm saying is like, to reach a goal, it's one thing to reach a goal. Like, let's say I say, you know what? I want to be X amount of pounds, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. And then I really commit to that. It takes me 6 months, and I get to the goal that I want to get to, right? I look how I want to look. I have to continue to work out and eat the same every single day just to maintain that. I mean, I could probably switch it up because I'm not trying to gain anymore, but I have to still go to the gym and work out in order to maintain it. It's not like it's not like other goals to where you hit them and then that's it. Because the way my body is right now, I could gain the weight, and then if I slack off for a week.
Well, not quite a week.
For me, a week. But it's not, I won't see the results in a week. But if I don't do right for a week, it's going to take me it's going to be very hard for me to get back into the routine. Yeah. And I don't like that.
I feel you.
I like goals that are finite. Finite?
I hit this milestone and I can now move to the next.
But no, finite is a word.
Yeah, finite is definitely a word.
It didn't feel right coming out of my mouth. It's the opposite of infinite.
Yes.
Okay. But because I do know the infinite is a word, finite didn't feel right. But
no, it was the right word. There was a word I swore I was.
Is not it.
There was a word I said earlier that I was like, I swore I was pronouncing it wrong, but I was like, no, it's right. It's like it just feels.
It just feels wrong. You know what word used to fuck me up? Of. When I was little, I would like sometimes. Of is one of your sight words. It's a word you just know it when you see it. But sometimes I'd be like, how the fuck is it a V in it?
When I was younger, I did that shit. I was like, bro, how you spell of?
How do you spell of? Is it a V? That don't look right because it's not.
I was like, what is that? And also, I'm dyslexic, so now I just want to spell everything phonetically. So I'm like, oh,
is it a U? Of that's UV. Of is UV.
OUV. Wrong, nigga. Like, what is?
It's of. Where the fuck is that F come from? Oof.
Bro, this is why they say English is like the hardest.
English is the dumbest. Yeah.
It's the hardest language to learn, but yes, it's the dumbest language.
It's so dumb because there's no reason for Kansas and Arkansas.
No, not even that. What is TO?
Oh, two.
What is DO?
Do.
What's the other one? Oh, what is NO?
No. Food and good.
Food and good.
They're spelled exactly the same, except the first letter is different. And the letter is a consonant, so it's not even like a vowel, which has all these like food and good. It should be food or good.
Even the way they do all the tenses,
like present and past.
Yeah, is like so we would say, so you would think they would just add an ed onto it, but instead of like, so if I'm sitting, but if I get up, then at some point I sat.
You sat. Mm-hmm.
But it's not
not seated. I think and the reason the English language is so dumb is because it is comprised of like 3 other languages, which have their own rules, which we still follow for their rules. But then when you mixing them with all these other fucking languages, and it's like, none of this makes sense.
Whatsoever.
There's so many words that is one word that is spelled and sound alike, but it has completely different meanings. Like cast. Very dumb.
Very much so.
Do we have anything else?
We do, but we have another episode this week.
We do have to record yet again. So, I mean, we can stop here. Oh, I do want to say, I did put on their NFTs, which is, I'm not talking about
I saw that.
Tangible funds. Is that what NFT stands for? I think that's what it stands for. Anyway, I was talking about my newfound thickness. So normally when I Like, I never have to worry about what I put on because I'm small. Who cares? I was one of those girls in school. We didn't have we had a dress code, but we didn't have a uniform. So I would wear whatever I wanted to wear. Somebody could have on the exact same outfit as me and nobody batted an eye at me because what are you looking at? I'm built like a ruler. Who the fuck cares? I'm built like an ergonomic keyboard. Everybody knows that. So it's never been a big deal. But now that my little body is coming in, grown woman weight is creeping its way in. I've been eating more, hunching more, happy more. You know what I'm saying? But things are moving in a good direction for me. I now have to start thinking about what I have on. Because I put this little dress on this morning and I was like, that's a lot of ass. Maybe you should throw a cardigan on. So I threw a cardigan on. You can still see the ass through the cardigan. But I did my part. And I did attempt to cover up all this ass. But it's only so much that I can do. It's so big. So.
Friend, this is off topic. Do you have a name for that wig?
Mm-mm. I don't usually name my wigs. The wigs that I get usually have names already when I buy them, and I just incorporate that. But
for some reason in my head, this has a name.
It's not Jasmine because Jasmine was the other one.
No.
Yeah.
It's Maya.
Maya?
Girlfriends.
I can see that. People tell me I look like her. People tell me I look like any brown skinned black girl that they've ever seen. So many. Somebody told me I look like Quinta Brunson. Not offended in any way, but go to fucking hell. No, I don't.
How the fuck do you look like Quinta?
You know who I hear more than the top 3 people that I hear more than anybody else? Louis from Snowfall. I get that daily. Okay. That I look and sound like her. Louis from Snowfall. Jody Mama. AJ Johnson, who played Jody Mama.
Yeah.
She was also in House Party. And Edna Mode from The Incredibles. And I don't even be having the bob on. Now, when I got the straight bangs, I get it. Okay, I can see it. But I don't even be having the
Edna Mode, bro.
Regularly. Even in this wig, anytime they see me in the bob, you look like Edna. She got straight bangs.
It's not even the right length bob, bro.
It's so long in comparison, and she got straight bangs and there's no blonde pieces. What the fuck are y'all talking about? No, so many people consistently tell me randomly that I look like Edna Mode.
That's weird.
And that's the one I was going to say the one I'm least. That's the one I agree with the most. Honestly, I can see it. I think I give it. I don't think I look like Edna.
I'm not talking about who I get because I don't want the internet to say it, and then they'll never stop saying it. So I'm just not gonna say it. The things I'll tell you off camera, and then that'll be
in real life. That's what I get. In real life, I get Louis from Snowfall and Nia Long. I've been hearing Nia Long since I was. Since I was little, since I was younger.
I don't think anybody tells me I look like anybody over the internet, but in real life, I've been told by a few people.
Yeah. Oh, every video somebody telling me you look like Venus Williams and Serena. You look like both of them. You look like. Yeah, I hear. There's one time I think I made a video about this. One time somebody told me I look like Savannah James, and it made my fucking day because I'm obsessed with her. I think she's one of the prettiest people I've ever seen in my life.
Savannah James is.
She's
gorgeous.
So pretty.
She is fun. That was back when I remember when everybody was geeking out over how fine Steph Curry's wife is, and I was like, "Have y'all not seen Savannah James?
Not seen Savannah?
Savannah is
bad. And then I told a story about the time I held hands with LeBron James for 7 seconds. I thought he held my hand for me, but it turns out he just saw his wife. Hey, that's what the people said.
I thought he would have thought he was holding his child's hand. First of all, look at the size difference.
First of all, everybody looked at the size to him. Man, it's big as hell. Okay.
He's 6'9", bro.
Yes. So everybody is small to him.
I had a cousin that was 6'8". So most people can't even. A lot of people haven't seen someone over 6'4" in real life. Mm-hmm. 6'8" is tall, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy I was talking about, I think maybe last episode, 6'7". So,
yeah.
All right, are we done?
Yep.
All right, gang.
All right. Thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all back here next week.
Holla. Oh,
peace.
Wait, before y'all leave.
No.